So last time, y'all did kill Ross Pro, but also completely destroyed his campaign headquarters in the process.
So an unmitigated success.
Yeah, we did great.
So once you have all been, I would say, properly introduced to Fiona Allmount, who has partly replaced Victor Allmount, your previous boss in the timeline, but he's still here on account of the anti-temporal shielding on the base, as we've discussed. It all makes a lot of sense. It's all very straightforward. I think the two of them do meet with you in their office, and after they've had a few minutes, they do cool down a bit. And I think Fiona speaks first. All right, so we want to make this a learning experience so that next time, and this goes for the whole organization, not just the three of you, we want to ensure that our next attempt to get the timeline where we want it does not lead to John McCain becoming president and invading Iran, North Korea, and several countries in sub-Saharan Africa.
Well, if part of the failure conditions here were that we needed to prevent America from invading the Middle East, why did you send us to the year after the first Gulf War?
Now, to be clear, we were sort of operating under the assumption, and this was rather foolish on our parts, that if the Reform Party were able to get a head of steam, it would prevent the election of George W. Bush. That would avoid the outbreak of the War on Terror and the subsequent tremendous loss of human life and deterioration of what little moral standing the United States had at the time. The point being, mistakes, I think, were made on all of our parts. I will also say I think it would have gone slightly better if several of the Reform Party's most promising young recruits in 1992 were not slaughtered in a building collapse, and also Perot himself was not on the hook for the damage to the building.
Look, I've been saying it for months now. You should have just had us go back to that Reagan speech, had him stand 3 inches to the left so that John Hinckley Jr.'s bullet hit a vital area, and no one's been listening to me.
Well, the thing is that if Reagan dies, then there's a strong chance he becomes a martyr, and the Cold War becomes a fucking even more of a nightmare than it is, which does actually bring us to the next mission we have for the three of you. I assume you're up for it. I know subjectively it's only been a few minutes, but also you seemed pretty fresh when you got back, so
I could use a little lunch, though.
I do think we should get lunch.
Lunch sounds good.
yes, absolutely. And I think Fiona presses a button on an intercom on, I think Victor and Fiona's desk, they just have the one, but it's now twice as wide. Were you thinking sashimi? Were you thinking grilled salmon? I'm going to be honest, most of the options here are seafood, just for, practical reasons.
Can I have like a fried fish sandwich, like a po' boy?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, that sounds good. Po' boy sounds good.
Was gonna complain about the fact that I'm a little tired of seafood, but a po' boy would fucking go crazy right now.
All right, in that case. And I think he's just going to press the po' boy button 4 times and the bisque button once. So, while we wait for the sandwiches to arrive, how much do the three of you know about the Soviet Union circa, 1953, 1954, 1955?
Well, my character sheet says my area of expertise is history, so a lot.
Okay, what about the other two of you, the ones who aren't navigators?
Well, I know they sure had some neat buildings.
That's true. And you will be getting to see one of the best of their buildings firsthand.
Oh, I'm very excited for that.
Hey, speaking of Tacho, why are we waiting on these sandwiches? Why don't they just send them... Why don't they make them, then send them back to when we ordered them?
That would be a fairly trivial use of the flashback chamber, and it does require an entire nuclear reactor to work. So,
well, we've got the nuclear reactor. It's already going.
Listen, fissile material is expensive. Is fissile the kind you use in a reactor? I'm not one of the engineers.
Is now.
I don't...
That's how the world works now in this game.
I think somebody knocks at the door and comes in just with a tray of sandwiches and one bowl of soup, like, hey, you ordered food? And he just puts them on the desk and then just kind of like stands there.
I reach into my trench coat pocket to fish out like a $5 to give him as a tip.
Meanwhile, I reach into my my various coats to pull out a personal squeeze bottle of tartar sauce.
You know, if we're successful, that $5 is not going to do much for him.
Hey, that's fine.
Listen, don't worry about that. We need the three of you to not kill anyone this time, if you can avoid it.
I'm doing my best, I say while eating a sandwich.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure, whatever.
wonderful.
Hey, how do you carry that around without the mayonnaise going rancid?
In terms of my body is constantly cold, so I just keep it close to me.
So you're just like a walking refrigerator.
Yep.
Oh, I can start storing stuff in your pockets too.
Well, now I don't know if we're close enough for you to start doing things like that.
Oh, come on, you can carry around an apple for me.
I mean, if it's one apple, then sure, I'll do so based on common courtesy, but...
Can of Diet Coke.
Okay, you're starting to really push it now.
I've described 2 things.
Could you also hold a Diet Coke for me?
Why are you drinking Diet Coke anyway? You know that the real shit tastes so much better.
No, that's completely backwards.
What do you... No. People only drink the Diet Coke because they're like at risk of diabetes or something. The real Coke... Oh, no, the cherry Coke, though.
Oh, God, no. Ugh, cherries.
I pull out an RC Cola from one of my other coat pockets.
Okay, now you're just being contrarian.
Well, no, I like it, though.
I do have bad news. I'm afraid that the Royal Crown Company has now gone under as of 2056, so, we may need to source another supplier for you.
Is this the last royal crown in existence?
We have a time machine!
We're not sending you back in time just to prevent the Royal Crown Corporation from going under.
No, but you could go back in time and go grocery shopping. I assume that's how she got this in the first place, right?
Oh no, I just had this on me from before. I guess it survived the time stuff.
Are there any other major changes to the timeline we should be aware of?
Are there any other soda companies we need to know about?
Well, Dr. Pepper does own a large chunk of India now, owing to their involvement in the water wars of 2060, but look, none of that's going to be relevant because all of that's going to be undone as soon as we get this mission taken care of. Now let me take a big sip of soup and my brother/time duplicate will explain it to you.
All right. So, originally, Stalin's would-be successor, upon his death, Georgy Malenkov, entered into something of a power struggle with Nikita Khrushchev. In the end, Malenkov and his cadre were marginalized. Khrushchev was more or less ascendant, and he sort of determined the direction of the Soviet Union moving forward for the next several years at the very least. With that being said, I think it's fairly obvious that the Soviet Union kind of shat the bed eventually, so we don't want that. We are thinking that sort of the rot that leads to the downfall of American society is probably fairly well established by the 70s or 80s. We are thinking that, let's not put our eggs in one basket. If we can set up a stronger Soviet Union, then maybe we ride that one to conquering the world, or maybe it alters conditions within the United States and we can go back to using them to conquer the world. Either way, it's what we consider a win-win situation.
I feel like you're going way more vibes based on this than we really should be.
This is all based on very deep and detailed analysis by our team of historians backed with our proprietary machine learning software. This was all in the brochure when you first joined up.
Right, I guess it just sounded a lot more, solid when I read it in a brochure versus you describing it right now. I mean, I don't know, maybe this will happen, or maybe the other way, who can say?
Listen, it's sort of the nature of time travel that we can't perfectly predict anything. Like, we are predicting within a certain margin of error, and within that margin of error, we have determined that if Malenkov is successfully able to, go forward with his soft coup to remove Khrushchev from power, get the democratic and military structures of the USSR behind him, push things that way, we believe that his economic and diplomatic tendencies, as advanced by Bulganin, will get things moving smooth.
So what exactly is the plan?
December 1956, Malenkov is going to be having a secret meeting with Vyacheslav Molotov in Lenin's mausoleum. They are going to be establishing their specific plans to get rid of Khrushchev the following summer, and as it stands, those plans are not going to work. They are going to backfire something fierce, in part due to the intervention of one Defense Minister Zhukov. So, what needs to be done is that either Zhukov must be removed and replaced with a more sympathetic defense minister, or he must be convinced to get on board with the plan, despite his existing antipathy towards the people and ideology involved with that plan. More than anything else, this is honestly something that we think Malenkov will be able to handle with our support, but it won't require your direct involvement. All we need to do is to get you to that meeting so you can explain the situation to them, get them on board, and then, less talented, more workaday agents can, funnel guns and liquor and whatever else they need to just, get everybody on board, I'm saying a lot, and I'm sure that doesn't help the impression I'm giving off that I'm not confident in this plan, but I really do think, just judging by all our projections, this is going to work. It's going to work really well.
Yeah, I mean, you really sound like you're just rattling this off the dome.
We actually did discuss it for several hours. It's kind of the main thing that we talked about after I made contact with the base and made it clear that I exist in the capacity in which I now exist.
Maybe next time you could prep like a slide deck. That might put a little more confidence in the whole thing.
You know what? That's actually a very good idea, and I'm going to press the secretary button here. Doot. Yes, excuse me, Mr. Callahan. Please prepare a slideshow, assuming this plan doesn't work, which I'm really hoping it will, and then the whole thing will be a moot point.
But now you're already prepping the next plan, which has me worried for a different reason.
Okay,
It helps to have a plan C.
listen, we will see how this shakes out, and if it doesn't shake out, we will have a slideshow next time, and I will refer to the slideshow, and it'll all be grand, okay? Does that make everyone happy?
I mean, I'm not unhappy.
Sure.
This fish sandwich is so good.
It really is. For everything else that we're dealing with right now, I have to say, Craft Services is really doing a bang-up job.
They're knocking it out of the park.
All right, let's rock and roll.
Moscow's Red Square, December 1956. As is to be expected in a Russian winter, the wind is bitter, and the sky is dark. Lenin's mausoleum stands tall before the three of you. The honor guard is, of course, out front. Otherwise, the streets are not particularly busy. Nobody wants to be out on a night like this, and frankly, very few people have business being out on a night like this. So, if you're going to approach through the front, and you're not seeing a side entrance immediately, you're going to have a pretty compelling argument for why they should let you through. Alright, so for your deal in Luke, let's say the virtuoso, the inhuman, or the gamer.
I'll do the gamer.
Okay.
So my Eidolon, which, as a reminder, looks kind of like a mall mannequin with like a Beatles haircut wig on it. And before it had its eyes and like mouth stuffed with dollar bills. Now there is just like blindingly bright light coming out of those holes as it turns into the Sun King My Eidolon prevents anyone, including me, from standing in direct light and punishes them by burning them.
Oh boy.
That's very fun.
Oh boy.
Well, I will say it's late enough at night that there's not going to be a lot of direct light. It is mostly coming from street lights, but, you know, there's a fair amount of those. You are in an urban area.
Yeah, I would say, we need to be in a shadow.
Okay, I would like to dredge the undertow to ask my little angel and devil combo for some ideas.
All right, your biz is 1.
It sure is.
Let's see. That is the Hanged Man.
You must make an impossible choice.
All right, so I think it's fair to say that what we should do is come up with an explanation that will satisfy the guard for why the three of you are, in fact, dedicated socialists, merely here to make contact with important figures and let them know something they should need to. Hey, fuck all that. Tell them you're from America and you're here to murder Malenkov. They are very specifically not here to murder Malenkov. This was pretty explicit in the mission briefing. Yeah, but listen. Guy doesn't fucking know what he was talking about. You hear how like unsure he was of everything he said? We need to go around them, do shit the simple way. And not fuck around and waste time going, I'm a simple little proletariat.
Okay, I gotcha. The only problem is, so I feel like that explanation was actually probably super work on Malenkov. I don't think it would work on the guard.
I'd like to reveal my master plan.
Okay, what possible master plan could you have, Abigail?
I reach into one of Ylva's pockets to pull out another po' boy that I ordered before we left.
Okay. And could you explain what you are attempting to achieve with this straw?
I reach into my own coat and pull out a piece of fishing line to hook it on, and I want to throw it out in front of the guards and sort of lure them away. They don't know the American New Orleans decadence of a shrimp po' boy. I think the smell will possibly cause them to float towards us like a hobo smelling a pie, and we can just lure them into this back alley and jump them.
I feel like this is less of a reveal your master plan and more of a glam roll.
There's nothing more glamorous than a shrimp po' boy. You're so right.
Certainly by 1956 standards, the Great Patriotic War ended like a decade ago, but I think people are still feeling the hurt from it, and like seeing a sandwich like this just burst in with shrimp, with fresh lettuce and tomato, with I don't think he even knows what remoulade is. Anyway, your options are death or the Hierophant.
I will go with death.
All right, something ends and something else.
You know what?
Begins.
That's Ylva's resonant. I'll take Hierophant.
Oh.
That's my resonant.
Oh yeah, I gotta take something. You know what? Let's go. For first idea, best idea. Let's stick with death. Sorry.
All right, something ends and something else begins. This is a real interesting situation here. So I think what's going to happen, because this is a neutral card, I think the guard sees in the low light, I think your futuristic fishing line, which is very thin but very durable.
Right.
It's like not even visible. So I think what this guard sees is just a sandwich-shaped object, barely visible in the shadows, hovering before him. And I think he like squints at it and leans forward, and he's like, "Is this an unidentified flying object? Are you affiliated with the United States?"
I kind of tug on the fishing line a little, as though he is a cat who I'm trying to encourage to play with a toy.
I think that's a no. I think that's how a sandwich would say no. Okay, you're not from the U.S. Are you from the People's Republic of China? Are you a delegate or an ambassador of some kind? Who sent you, sandwich?
Come on, asshole. Just try to take the sandwich. Christ.
While this guard is distracted by the sandwich, can I just try to sneak past him?
I'm going to say yes. I think you and Ylva can both sneak past this guard while he is just wrapped with attention on this mysterious floating sandwich.
And I'm just going to continue to, again, just kind of flick it as though it's the end of a cat toy.
I think this is how the neutral shakes out, Abigail. I think you're going to be busy distracting this man for a while.
What has ended here?
What has ended is the sense that this is a plan that will give you any kind of dignity, and what has begun is your extended sandwich-based quasi-conversation with quite possibly the dumbest guard working for the entire Soviet Union.
You are putting on a puppet show for this man.
I didn't really know how this was going to shake out, but this was not on my, possibility matrix.
So yeah, Ylva and Rudy, are you both gonna head in?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, and who do we see?
So at first you don't see anybody, but that's just because even within the mausoleum, it's fairly dark. There are lights, but they're being kept pretty low right now. I don't know if the dimmer switch was invented yet, but let's say Soviet super science makes everything possible. And you do happen to see two people standing a few feet away from the sarcophagus? I don't really know the proper terminology for the glass case in which Lenin's body was stored. You see them standing several feet away from that and whispering to each other in hushed tones, and I think once they hear your footsteps approaching, they both fall silent and turn towards you. Neither of them says a single word. They're just kind of looking at you dubiously.
Greetings, comrades. I am Boris Badanov, and this is my associate Natasha.
Oh, hi there.
Yeah, we come bearing intel from the future.
I think one of them just leans over to the other guy and he's like, Did he just say he's from the future? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did they just say they're from the future? I apologize.
Yes,
it's the 1950s.
As demonstrated by the fact that you psychically understood my gender-neutral pronouns.
Soviet super science goes crazy.
I think this guy, and I think he is Malenkov. He raises a hand to his face and he's like, "Is that how the future works, Molotov?" Molotov's just like, "Yeah, I don't know. I suppose it might be. I'm not really a futurist myself."
We know you're planning to usurp Stalin's planned successor.
What? No. You listen to me. You listen to me right now. I am Stalin's planned successor, and that idiot Khrushchev. He has no respect for what the man achieved in his time as premier, as general secretary. He knows nothing. Nothing, you understand?
Here's the thing. I agree with you, and we are here to right a grave injustice. And that grave injustice is that if you continue on your present course, Khrushchev is going to come out on top.
No, surely not. Anybody can see that oaf is dooming the country if he gets any closer to the levers of power than he already is.
Well, yeah, but people love oafs is the problem.
Yeah. And doom the country he will, if you don't stop him.
Hang on. Provide several examples of beloved oafs so I can decide whether I agree with your course of reasoning.
Basically every United States president that ever existed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Was Lincoln not a fairly educated man?
Oh yeah, he was fine.
I mean, he was a lawyer, but also, he did lumberjack stuff.
I don't know enough about United States history to deny that, and that is a fine proletarian job.
Teddy Roosevelt was a very popular oaf.
Oh, that's true, the carry a big stick guy. Malenkov, I don't know if we should be listening to these people just from the future. How do we know they're not saboteurs sent to ensure the downfall of the Soviets instead of making sure we avoid it?
I can't believe that guy defected from the New York Bowery all the way to the Soviet Union.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is a very normal Novgorod accent. Was Molotov from Novgorod? I don't know. I didn't look that up either.
I'm gonna take out another RC Cola. Be like, would you like a drink?
I am pretty thirsty. Yeah. What do you got there?
RC Cola.
What's the RC stand for?
Oh, be careful.
Really communist.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna draw for glam for you.
This would probably be the stupidest thing I've ever done.
This is with the Wheel of Fortune. So I think Molotov's gonna reach out and take the can of RC Cola, and I don't think it says Royal Crown on the can. It does just say RC.
Okay.
He's gonna sort of turn it around in his hand, and he's gonna be like, "It's got a nice weight to it. And it does feel very futuristic. Feel how smooth this metal is, Malenkov. It feels like pretty normal can material to me. No. This is the way of the future." And he's gonna take a sip. Yeah, all right. You got me convinced. Listen, what do you need from us?
Well, we just need to sort of help advise Malenkov.
We want to establish communication. Because if you agree to this, we can continue to send you supplies and intel from the future in perpetuity to ensure that the plan goes off without a hitch.
That would be nice to have, and then in the long term, I'm sure you could provide us additional supplies to shore up the position of the Union as a whole. We'd have an advantage that, well, if the Americans have it, we can't possibly afford to let it go past, and if they don't, that could be the thing that finally turns the tide. Allows us to secure either a proper peace or a decisive victory. Yes, I think this might be the beginning of a beautiful friendship, as they say. And I think Malenkov is going to hold his hand out, and then before either of you can take it, I think you hear a muffled but nonetheless very loud thump.
Huh? For which direction is the thump?
It is behind Malenkov, and he does not seem to have noticed it.
Comrade Malenkov, you may want to hit the deck.
To what end?
There's something behind you.
I think he slowly turns around, and as he does, he sees a figure in silhouette, and slowly but surely, as the figure steps forward into a position of the room that is just slightly better lit, you hear a voice say, "Malenkov! Would you care to explain why you and your friend here are consorting with a foreign paramilitary in the middle of the night, not 5 meters from my still warm corpse and the body of dear Vladimir Ilyich, not to mention..." And Yosef Stalin's corpse snatches the can of Royal Crown Cola from Molotov's hand and gives it a sniff. "Drinking their cola products?"
Okay, so we're fighting Stalin.
Well, he hasn't attacked you yet. He's just kind of standing there menacingly with what looks to be... It's in the shape of a cartoon heart, not a real heart, but it appears to be a sort of engine/reactor embedded in his chest.
I was gonna say, so far he's got the energy of the superintendent mad at the principal on the Steamed Hands video.
I just took the advanced move Outbreak before this session. When an uninfected target comes into contact with an infected target, you may choose to transfer that infection to the uninfected target. Would I have to do that now, or could I do it at any time Stalin is in contact with the Royal Crown can?
I think you can choose to do that at any time he's in contact with the Royal Crown can, but I think, I forget if you explicitly said it was infected, so I would make you draw, I guess, reveal your master plan or infect would be the same draw either way.
All right, I guess I'll wait to do that until I know whether or not that is a good idea.
Abigail, I have great news.
Oh, yeah?
The guard is finally eating the sandwich.
Thank Christ.
He is still in front of the door.
I mean, the others managed to slip by while he was distracted. I feel like I can probably pull it off, too.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's going to town on that thing. Like, he is in a... He's genuinely just delighted by that sandwich to the extent that the entire rest of the world has ceased to exist for him.
I assume we have some kind of comms that I've been able to hear what's been going on, right?
I think even if you didn't, you could have heard Stalin's fucking sitcom boss yell.
Well, I feel like I'm more like, between the sandwich and the cola, I feel like we can fix a lot by just, like, improving the cafeteria around here.
Yeah, I mean, or I could just have contact tracing on you if you let me infect you.
I'm good.
Okay.
Oh, listen, great and honorable Joseph Stalin.
You could just call me Tovarish, or former general secretary, or the guy who's about to kick his idiot successor's ass for being incompetent in just about any way I could name.
Listen, Tovarish, we do come from the U.S. We come from a future in which the U.S. has won the ideological war and has in turn brought about great destruction. And we mean to avert that future by helping you guys.
Yeah, the US won, but also a lot of people in the US really hate that we won.
I can't say that's especially surprising on any level. I was hoping that at least one of the people in this country would be capable of shepherding its people, its bold workers, into the future that they deserve, but it's become clear to me that even those I trusted most are completely incompetent. Alright, well, in that case, cast this fool aside. I will be dealing with Khrushchev momentarily, and that should resolve the issue for all of you.
And I think he starts making for the entrance of the building. Or the exit. Kind of the same thing. That's how doors work.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of around where I am. I think I'm just like, are we good with this?
I mean, it's Stalin, right? That seems fine.
We were sent here to neutralize Khrushchev, so I guess that's just gonna happen now? I think we're good?
I think as Stalin steps out into the street, the guard finishes his sandwich and turns around to see him, immediately goes pale, and just pulls out a gun and starts shooting him.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, he probably assumed it was a zombie or something. Yeah.
I mean, we got told not to kill anybody, but he's like a ghost, so I mean, if we need to, I feel like we're allowed.
I mean, are the bullets doing anything?
They're definitely visibly annoying Stalin to the point that he is, like, very briskly walking towards this guy with a hand at throat level.
I mean, I think we should just let Stalin take care of this.
Real quick check-in. Is this guard ancestor to anybody we care about? Can I dredge my mind for that?
Yeah, let's do dredge your mind. That is draw genius, of which you have 3.
Yeah.
All right, the Hierophant, and then I need to shuffle the deck.
Okay, well, the Hierophant's already my resonance, so it kind of...
Oh, shit, okay.
Oh, nice.
All right, Judgment and the High Priestess, and both those are moving to the bottom. All right, yeah, let's see. You remember useful and relevant information regarding your situation. I'm going to say that this guard is, in fact, also an ancestor of the Allmount family.
Oh! Okay.
Hey, you know what you should do? You should strangle him first to show Stalin that you're cool.
You know what? You're right.
I don't know if this is established, if we can hear your Eidolon.
I mean, I assume so. Yeah, no, like, because
Because it's just an Eidolon, right?
Yeah,
like,
like-
Yeah, sure, I just didn't know
Yeah.
if that was, if you're just hearing all this bad advice without us knowing about it.
I mean, you've never made an attempt to stop me, so I don't know. It's up to you.
That's because I never really cared to. It didn't seem all that relevant to stop you.
I just feel like we kind of got a freebie on this one. Let's just, like, go home with, like, problem solved. I don't really understand how problem solved, but, you know.
Well, here's the thing, is we should probably make sure that Stalin is actually able to take care of Khrushchev, because, like, Ross Perot suddenly got an Eidolon, and we should probably make sure that Khrushchev doesn't also suddenly have an Eidolon for no reason.
That's true.
But I feel like that's a consequence of us fucking around with time travel, and maybe if we stay away from Khrushchev...
Well, I mean, we're already here, though, and we don't know, like, what the proximity effect on that is.
We should see this through, you know?
Are you saying that while strangling the guard?
Yeah. I mean, look, quickly trying to... Listen, Abigail, if we don't go follow Stalin and see this through, this podcast recording is only like 45 minutes, so, like, we should probably, you know, just go see what happens.
I mean, we could just hit the tennis court if we could fill out this episode.
we could pivot to downtime if you really,
No,
really
listen,
wanted to.
I'm good with whatever. I'm just riffing.
Yeah, I mean, let's follow Stalin, make sure everything goes okay. I'm sure he wouldn't mind a bit of backup just in case.
Yeah. Speaking of Stalin, does he react at all to the fact that I've started strangling this guy?
I think he's just kind of like nodding approvingly.
Okay, cool.
And I think you can see his heart engine is beating a little slower, a little less frantically. So what brings the three of you here in the first place? Besides, I mean, you know, you talked about the whole geopolitical situation, but why this moment? Why here and now?
Well,
I don't know. Our boss tells us where to go.
So, until now, you didn't come back as a ghost, as far as we knew.
Yeah, you just kind of stayed dead.
Yeah, so Khrushchev came to power, and that's where things went south.
I'll fucking bet, corn idiot. Piece of shit. God, I hate him.
Once he's donezo, who are you actually going to put in charge? Because, like, even as an undead, you're going to have to figure out somebody to take over, right?
You're fucking with me, right? The only reason I'm not already still in charge is that I died, and now he's going to just like rap his knuckles against the heart engine, which resounds with a metal clanking noise. I mean, look, as long as this thing stays moving, I'm good. I'm aces.
Okay, fair.
I could general secretary it up for like a century, I bet.
Okay, just out of an excess of caution, just because people have been manifesting weird superpowers, we're still gonna go with you to just make sure you taking care of Khrushchev goes smoothly.
Yeah, I've got no problem with that.
Joseph Stalin a lot more chill than I assumed he would be.
I feel like coming back from the dead kind of gives you some perspective.
Yeah, you're just happy to be around, you know?
No, let me be very clear. I'm extremely angry at a lot of people and situations. But I'm a doer. I'm not a feeler. I see a situation, I see a problem, and I say, by gum, I'm going to fix it. If we don't have money, I'll rob a bank. If people are trying to destroy my country and all the people in it, well, I'll just train a bunch of snipers and they'll murder the fuck out of every one of them. And so forth.
Yeah. Man of action, I get it. So while we have some time to talk on the way over, this seems like a good opportunity. Because I haven't talked to someone who's been dead before. Is there anything on the other side?
I think a lot of you are probably walking down the street at this point. Stalin just has his hands in his pockets. He's very nonchalant about it, and he's like, I suppose that's a difficult question to answer. It's not the sort of vulgar understanding of an afterlife that many people believe in, and that isn't even necessarily advanced by many of those backwards religions that have been established long enough to have such a doctrine. It's well, if it's similar to anything, I would say it's a sort of non-existence of the type that is at times described
Well, I'm not an expert in theology. It's not necessarily the field that I consider most worthwhile, but from my lay understanding of Buddhism, it's, it's non-existence and oneness. You are a sort of current within a vast ocean of consciousness, not quite existing as yourself or as a fish or a stone within the ocean, but merely a pattern within it, moving constantly. The ability to think of things as you once did is lost to you. You have almost a fraction of awareness, but not a full awareness. It's very dreamlike in a way, and I think his train of thought is interrupted by the sound of more shots ringing out. And you can see that several officers of the militia are standing on the street, and one of them is runs inside a building to place a phone call. And there is clear expressions of terror on all of their faces. They have no idea what's going on or why there appears to be a mechanical corpse man walking towards them.
Oh, it's fine. It's just Stalin.
What do you mean it's just Stalin? He's dead!
Not anymore. He's fine now.
I think the officers do kind of like a football huddle and just whisper to each other, and then they start shooting more, and also at the three of you.
I guess I'm just gonna whip out a flashlight and shine it on them because it's faster than a bullet is light.
Damn, that's true. That's ranged, but I think it would qualify as scrap since you're not, targeting anything particular.
I think that's fair, yeah. Yeah, so I get to draw Biz because...
You draw the moon, the hanged man, or death.
Uh-oh. I'll push, why not?
All right, pushing. Can someone update the phantom clock to 4 for me, please?
Yep.
Well, well, well. If it isn't our old friend, the devil. You get what you want at a price you can't afford. Knock the magician off the top of the deck.
God damn it.
I think what's going to happen here is you are able to shine your flashlight at these officers as they fire at the lot of you. I think most of their bullets either go wide or just make contact with Stalin's heart, which is, of course, his Eidolon, Serdzeh, and just kind of ping off into the distance. But a few of them do wing you, knocking you down to winded, and I also think as you are shining this flashlight on them and they all burst into flames, you hear a commotion as people start rushing to the windows of their apartments. A few of them even rush out to the street to see what's happening, and they see this Frankensteinian general secretary marching forwards with a bunch of people from the future in strange clothes, wielding a flashlight that sets people on fire. And I think people start screaming and running and just shouting that they don't even know if it's Stalin as such or just some kind of twisted mockery of him. But none of them are very happy to see a corpse walking through the streets as people get set on fire. I think that's safe to say.
We're probably going to need to do something about all the people panicking.
Stalin has the RC cola in his possession, right?
Yeah, he's still just holding it.
Okay. I'm gonna tell Stalin, hey, I need you to trust me. Shake that can really hard and then open it in the direction of the crowd.
It's already open. Do you have a fresh one?
Oh. Yeah, okay, yeah, hold on. I'll just do it myself. Pull out a third RC Cola.
You have a utility belt of RC Colas under there.
I really like it.
You're like some kind of walking miniature refrigerator.
Oh, yeah, I guess I am.
My gruff guy voices always just devolve into Balor by the end of the episode.
I shake up the RC can and then I open it up so it just sprays at the crowd.
Now, I do think you need to infect this RC Cola before you do what you're trying to do here.
Okay, alright. I will infect the RC Cola.
Alright, that's gonna be a biz of 2.
Okay.
And you get the world or the chariot. Oh boy.
Oh no, it's chariot.
Oh, not again!
Oh!
Okay, the world is inoculated against you. Everything is immune to the effects of your Eidolon power for the rest of the scene. I think I know what
Also, on a
happens.
negative card, you become infected by the target's own essence. You are getting infected by the essence of RC Cola.
Well, I know exactly what happens.
No.
So, have you ever left a drink in the freezer so that it'll cool down faster than if you leave it in the fridge?
Yeah.
Do you know what the risk you entail with that is?
Is you leave it in too long and then it expands because of the
Right.
ice and then it blows up.
Yeah, because water is one of the few substances that is more dense as a solid than as a liquid. Anyway, I think that's what happens.
You mean more dense as a liquid than a solid?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, I tried to. I corrected myself in the wrong way midstream. The point is, it occupies more space as a solid because it's less dense. That's our science lesson.
Yay.
So yeah, I think that's basically what's happening. These cans have mostly been enduring the sort of aura of ice all around you, but I think consciously trying to infect this one before cracking it open, it just causes the can to explode in your hands, covering you in RC Cola.
Oh
And,
no, I'm all sticky.
Yeah, is that just the essence that you're sticky, or is there something else fundamental about RC Cola that is now a part of you?
I thought you were going to make me a monarchist.
So
I also thought you were going to make her a monarch.
I thought you were gonna have her turn into corn syrup.
Well, you've got a lot of options now, I guess.
Let's split the difference. I think you. I think you're not only a monarchist, you do have the aura of corn about you, and I think Stalin is, for a moment he's trying to calm the crowd. Everyone remain calm. I have returned from the dead. I am simply here to restore order to the Soviet Union despite the incompetence we currently have in our highest offices. And then he's going to stop dead in his tracks. He's going to turn towards you, Ylva. Just going to, thrust a finger at your face. Something's wrong. What's different about you?
Oh, I just think it's really great that you plan on ruling for an indefinite period of time as the sole emperor of the USSR.
Oh, okay. Hey, hang the fuck on now.
No, but it's great. I think monarchical rule is the right way to do it. I mean, you can't trust that anybody else will get what you want to have accomplished.
Ylva, I don't really want to go to a gulag right now.
I think he's going to turn to, I think Molotov and Malenkov, just not knowing what else to do, have just been kind of walking with the rest of you. He's going to turn to Molotov and he's like, is she making fun of me? No, General Secretary, sir. I'm sure she's from the future. Maybe words mean different things there, and they've forgotten that aristocracy ever existed. It's just socialism and capitalism, so it's fine. She just
You know, I have a great idea for helping out the farmers of the Soviet Union. Corn subsidies.
I think Stalin is going to tackle you to the ground and get ready to punch you.
What? It works out so well, though.
Is anybody going to stop him?
Okay, well, I don't really know how to get a light on Stalin without also... Well, but Ylva's icy. It might just balance her out to room temperature. I'm just gonna flash my flashlight at the two of them.
I'm gonna start feeling uncomfortably warm.
Okay. That's gonna be another scrap.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say if this one goes negative, you're not gonna get hurt, but Ylva is. Let's see, so that's Biz, which is the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Temperance.
Okay.
Oh boy. Or Justice. So you're taking Temperance.
Oh, is temperance my dissonance? No!
Yes,
it
there
is.
is.
No!
Also, how many of us got wounded beforehand?
I remember that one of you should be down to winded. I'm pretty
I think it
sure
was
that
me.
was... Yeah, that was you.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
and I also took a hit before, so I'm at, battered. So now I'm down to desperate.
Oh, God.
geez. No, because you're still at battered, because what's actually going to happen... Abigail, you're fine. You turn this flashlight onto Stalin and also Ylva, and Stalin's flesh is going to burst into flames, and he's going to like rear back onto his legs and go, fire! Ugh.
Would you describe fire as good or bad?
I would describe it as decidedly bad.
Okay.
And Ylva,
Yeah?
your flesh starts popping.
Oh no, am I about to boil?
No, you're not about to boil. Just, I think, large chunks of your, let's say your left arm, just turn into popcorn and just spew out of your sleeve. So go down to winded for me.
Oh no, I need that arm.
Oh, that's...
Hey, Abigail, I'm not feeling so good right now.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck on that one.
I think Stalin, while on fire, like, lurches towards the crowd, just frantically flailing. He's not trying to hurt anyone, he's just in incredible pain. And then I do think he eventually has the presence of mind to, like, stop, drop, and roll. But he is, like, just, oh, fuck! God damn it!
We get bad luck spirit again, don't we?
Yes, you go all in and lose it all.
The fucking hoop stick.
Yeah, I think the hoop stake is just on your shoulder, Abigail, and he's like, boy, a real run of bad luck lately, huh?
What is your deal?
I think I already established that I'm sort of a manifestation of the folly of interfering with the established flow of events in history.
Okay, but
See, it's
like...
kind of a pun because history. It's like what a snake does.
Well, yeah, but why is my arm turning into popcorn then?
Well,
That doesn't really track.
Well, that part is because you absorb the essence of corn syrup and implicitly corn in more general terms.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, why the... Like, you know, I mean, you could help.
I feel like you don't really understand the concept of an anthropomorphic manifestation of an abstract concept.
I think we've already established I absolutely don't.
Yeah, she was confused by Animal Farm earlier.
It's not a very subtle metaphor.
Yeah. Now, did that book have anything to say about like no legs? Because I know it was like 4 legs good, 2 legs bad, and then
I
better
don't think
at
there
the
was
end.
like a worm in Animal Farm, no.
One could make the argument that no legs, if we are thinking of worms, it's either the raw materials necessary to achieve any sort of market or industrialization, or that it represents the lumpen proletariat below even the proletariat themselves. But this is all hypothetical.
We've got a burning, like, Terminator situation that is also Joseph Stalin. Maybe we can argue about this later.
Hey, question. Out of character question.
Uh-huh.
How
I'm all
did
ears.
how did last time how did we signal that we were ready to return to the present last time? How do we do that?
I think given the established way that the office works, I think you just have a big button that's labeled "Go Back to Future Now."
And it's labeled exactly that specific phrase.
Okay.
They didn't have enough room for a the.
Got it. Who typically carries the button?
That's a good question. I think Abigail might, because she has generally been, able to convince the higher-ups that she's the most responsible and put together of the 3 of you.
I don't understand why they think that.
Because it's obviously true.
You just set Stalin on fire and obliterated one of your comrades' arms.
Okay, I just
Well, I mean,
saved-
she didn't know that was gonna happen in her
Yeah,
defense.
okay, so how about you eat a dick?
I mean, I didn't know my arm was gonna turn into popcorn.
I think the 3 of
I
you...
scoop up some popcorn and eat it.
Yeah, am I
pretty
good?
Could use some butter.
You could use some
Okay.
butter.
I think the 3 of you hear the distant sound of straining metal, and as Stalin, who's no longer on fire, turns to face you, you can see that his flesh is pretty badly burned, but then I think it would be like maybe a telephone pole or just like an old car door flies through the air towards him, and he just rips it apart with his bare hands, and it falls apart into several plates that, like, latch onto the burned parts of his flesh and fuse to it. And then he starts walking towards the three of you. Plus Molotov and Malenkov, who are now cowering behind Abigail, I think. I don't know what you were all thinking, but you sure managed to piss the big guy off, huh?
Now hold on. We really ought to stay on task. Khrushchev is still gonna fuck everything up.
Khrushchev can wait. He's not a threat like she is. And clearly, the two of you can't be trusted either.
Can I dredge the undertow to try and determine what'll happen if we just leave right now?
Okay, yeah, let's find out.
Yeah, what would happen?
If we just ditch this, if we just say, fuck it, you can just leave, hit the bricks.
Honestly, we might just be causing more problems staying here.
This is what I've been saying.
Okay, so this is Biz 3 -1 forward.
Yes.
Let's see, that is the Fool or the Hermit, which I believe are both neutral. The Hermit is Mike's dissonant, so you might want to get that out of the equation.
But do I want my actions to isolate me? I think I'd rather become what I'm needed to be.
Okay. I think you like lock eyes with Stalin, and for a moment it's like the whole world disappears around you. You understand what he was talking about earlier about feeling like you're just a current within a broader consciousness. You see the future unfolding. You see him beating Khrushchev to death. You see people starting out terrified of the fact that he has just come back from the dead, but gradually that changes to reassurance at the thought of somebody who has eternity to become stronger and more intelligent, to learn from every mistake he will ever make, to gain an understanding of every era that's not just one gained from books or secondhand knowledge. There will come a day when he is the greatest thinker and planner of all time just by virtue of getting to work with so many different people, getting to try so many different things. And he already, Great Patriotic War fucking sucks, but he saw him through it, so maybe it'll be fine. And then you see October 1962, when John Kennedy comes to grips with undead Stalin over the matter of missiles being hosted in Cuba. And let me tell you something. Khrushchev maybe didn't handle the Cuban Missile Crisis as delicately as he might have. Certainly, things weren't perfect in America either. It was I would say, kind of an embarrassment on both sides in some respects, just generally the sort of thing you would prefer not to happen. But I would say definitely better than what's now going to happen, which is a limited nuclear exchange that devastates a large part of the planet, and just sort of is the nail in the coffin for both the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers.
Okay, so we definitely can't let Stalin take control then. Nuclear holocaust is probably not what we're wanting here.
I can't believe installing Joseph Stalin as an immortal god emperor isn't gonna work out.
Yeah, that seemed like a pretty solid plan in the moment.
Seemed like a completely bulletproof idea.
Quite literally. I don't think bullets would do anything to him.
I mean, let me be clear. He'll survive. It's just a nuke, and he'll be able to create a sort of necro state out of that, maybe, creating sort of thousands and then millions of similarly undead citizenry. But that's gonna lead to a whole other bunch of knock-on effects that are gonna really throw a wrench in the conquer the world plans for y'all, even if millions of people hadn't died.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's more machine than man at this point, right? He's metal and shit?
I'd say 50-50 machine man.
Okay. Would it be possible for me to pull out some sort of future tech right about now? Maybe with my Ready for Anything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would say that's a reveal your master plan. You can use Ready for Anything for that.
Yeah, I would like to toss a really powerful electromagnet grenade of some kind.
Okay, yeah. You want to use strength or the star for that?
Let's say strength, because this is kind of fighting.
All right. So I think you are going to, reach into your pocket and pull out a sort of capsule-shaped device. You unlatch it, hit the button on the side, and I think both Sue and Daisy just kind of like stare down at it, and you see their eyes light up. They're both excited for this one. And I think you hurl the device at Cyberstalin, and you hear a lot more metal creaking as just basically all the metal within a city block is torn out of wherever it is and just starts pelting him. Some of it impales him, some of it batters Serdzha itself. And while this is all happening, I think Malenkov is talking to Molotov like, okay, we need to, I think of a new plan altogether, because, oh boy, this is going to be economically damaging, if nothing else. Oh yeah, no, this is not good for Moscow as a municipality. I mean, fuck Khrushchev, but this is. Well, maybe we can find some kind of what do you call it? Some kind of entente with him. Oh, let bygones be bygones. And I think Stalin is just kind of like, his knees are buckling as he continues to get pelted with all of this metal. And then he just slams his hand against Serdzha itself, and all of you feel your hearts skip a beat and then start pounding extremely hard. Like, it feels like they're about to burst out of your chest. Go ahead, then. Kill me. See what it brings you.
I would like to reveal my master plan now, because he does have that can of RC Cola still on him, right?
In fact, I think the one that you that exploded earlier when you used it, the shrapnel from it is now clinging to Serdzha.
Okay, I would like to use Outbreak to infect him.
Okay, it doesn't say to draw for that, but tell me what exactly you're planning to do.
Well, I'm planning on stopping his heart.
I hate to do this because I was gonna say everything's immune to the effects of your Eidolon power for the rest.
Oh no, I can't do anything.
I think you can do something. You just gotta find a non-Eidolon-y way to act.
Okay, let me think here. I don't.
Do you think you can leverage the fact that you have the essence of soda about you against him somehow?
Oh, maybe.
What if?
Could I give him diabetes?
Yes. Well, I was gonna say you are infected with the essence of corn syrupy, sugary American soft drink. You can probably just clog that heart of his.
That's true.
I think that's more of a fat thing than a sugar thing, isn't it?
It's syrup. You got the essence of syrup.
I
syrup
guess
will
you
clog
could just
anything.
like use. You know what? I would say your blood is probably pretty thick and syrupy. You could maybe give him a clot with your blood.
I guess I'll try doing that. Like, how would I just like run up to him and like?
I mean, I guess your arm exploded into popcorn. Probably got a lot of blood coming out there.
Yeah, I guess I'll run up to him and like jam the stump of my left arm into his like heart machine thing.
Yeah, there's it's a cartoon heart, but I think there's still like vents. There's something that could function as an aorta.
There's a lot of exhaust pipe you can hook up to it.
Yeah.
The old popcorn and the exhaust tube.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's 3 POW. We're looking at the lovers, the tower, or the Wheel of Fortune.
Why? Where's all the positive cards, Maxie? What'd you do with them?
Let's see. There's one.
Well, I mean, Mike has one.
True.
Yeah,
that is what's going on, isn't it? Yeah.
There's also a couple. There's also one near the bottom of the deck, and I think you've already played several of them.
I mean, I guess I'll take the lovers.
Okay, so that is a scrap. I have good news. You've just knocked the sun off the top of the deck.
God damn it!
No, that's good. It's infected.
It's corrupted.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, right, yeah, I did corrupt it.
That actually is good news for all three of you.
I forgot I did that.
All right. So I think the paths that you are facing is as you jam your arm into the intake valve of this mechanical heart, which has reanimated General Secretary Joseph Stalin from the grave. The two paths before you, neither of which is great, but either of which will deal with the situation in a sense.
Okay.
Either you will kill Joseph Stalin outright, in which case Serdzia will stop beating, in which case you will all have heart attacks, which is not great, but like, you should survive long enough to get to the future. Or...
Okay.
You do manage to infect Joseph Stalin with your monarchist essence, which will not kill him, will completely alter the ideological nature and general historical trajectory of a large portion of the Soviet Union. It will avert the Cuban Missile Crisis more or less entirely through happenstance, because Cuba is going to have to realign with the People's Republic of China instead, but it's gonna prevent the worst case scenario, and you won't have a heart attack, so...
I mean, if you're giving me the option to make Stalin a monarchist, I think I have to go with that because it's the funniest option.
Yeah, I got to agree.
Yeah, I think you pump his heart full of Royal Crown Cola, and I think as he realizes what's happening, he just you see him like shudder his full body, like he starts blinking way too fast. He's like, "No, what are you doing to me?"
The king is dead. Long live the king.
I think he like leans his head back and like beams of light burst from his eyes and mouth. Abigail, I think you have the presence of mind to dodge, but that is going to set Molotov and Malenkov on fire.
Ugh.
And I think there is just this horrible ethereal screech before the light dies and his heart, Serdzia, just for a little bit, it stops beating. It will begin again, and he collapses to the ground. Not dead, but awaiting a sort of horrible metamorphosis as strands of corn silk wrap around his body, forming into a sort of cocoon.
Okay, I would like to enact a plan here.
I'm listening.
So we have a go back to the future button.
I think there's a little LED on the Go Back to the Future button, and it is flashing pretty frantically at this point.
Yeah, I think before Abigail can send us back, I'm just going to grab the Stalin cocoon to bring it back with us.
Wait.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he can't enact his horrible monarchy if he's in the future with us.
Right, but his horrible monarchy sounded like it was going to kind of work out in our favor.
Yeah, like it was gonna avert nuclear war.
I mean, if you just leave Khrushchev alone, that will also avert nuclear war. Like, you know, you're just
Right,
gonna
but
get
then we
the
like
normal.
haven't really accomplished anything other than making one really fucked up night.
Yeah, like we kind of just made one bad day. That's it.
All right.
Here, I've got an idea. Can I fold and deal into a new Eidolon?
You know what? Absolutely, you can. That's what
Okay.
the move does.
Yep. So what do I get?
What do you get? Let's say that you get either the Grifter or the Alchemist. I think you had the Alchemist last time, but I don't know, it feels like a fun option right now.
Yeah, I will take the Alchemist. Let me double check the Alchemist move list to see if it's got a move that will suit what I have in mind. I do believe it does. Yes. Okay, I will take the Alchemist, Mean Mr. Mustard. I can turn any condiment I touch into mustard. That's not the important part.
Really? I'm surprised.
No, I want to burn a hold here on "We're not gonna take it," give an impassioned speech about how the status quo is unacceptable and your vision for how to change it for the better. And I'm just going to address the crowd that is gathered around this horrible
thing that's been happening. Go, people of whatever Soviet city we're in, I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention during the mission briefing.
It's Moscow. It's the really big one.
Sure, you got it, friend.
This one's easy.
I beseech you. You overthrew a monarchy to become a people's republic, a communist.
I mean, that was mostly like our parents, maybe even grandparents.
It's the collective you. She's talking about Russia.
I'm referring to the proud spirit of the Russian people here, and I think you need to reconnect to that revolutionary spirit. Fuck all these assholes. This should be a place that is run by the people from the bottom up, not the top down of whatever these. I mean, those two are burned corpses. This guy's a cocoon. This one, you can't rely on them. You need to rely on yourselves and your community, and I want to use We're Not Gonna Take It to encourage them to become left libertarians.
All right,
I'm going to draw 2 glam. That is the Empress or Judgment.
Well, I gotta take the Empress. You create something.
I guess, yeah, you are creating something.
All player characters that heard my speech take +1 forward the next time they make a move to enact my vision. So, you two, if you ever wanna,
overthrow the monarchy?
Well, if you ever wanna enact it, instate anarchism, you get +1 forward to doing that.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so here's what happens. I'm just gonna say we smash cut to the 3 of you back in the offices of Victor, Fiona, and Edgar Allmount. Victor and Edgar both have their heads just on their desk, and both of them have very tall glasses of liquor with them, and Fiona is just holding up a newspaper saying, "Second Russian Civil War erupts between anarchist and statist factions."
Okay, but how'd it go, though?
You should have just let me make him a monarchist.
Now, okay. I'm going to say this in very simple terms, Abigail. We are trying to set up a country that can then take over the world, and that's
Right.
hard to do if half of the country is trying to abolish countries.
I believe I was told that either we make the Soviet Union stronger or we make them weaker so that America takes over even more. And what's weaker than an anarchist society? They collapse after like a week.
I think she holds up a second newspaper which says, "Anarchist Revolution erupts in California, dated 1969.
Oh, well, shit.
Why don't the 3 of you go take 5, and, I need to get Callahan in here for the slideshow, okay?
Let's hit the tennis courts!
I'm gonna need a new arm.
Did you bring Stalin with us?
You told me not to, but yes.
Oh, yeah.
I think as the 3 of you leave, you just hear Edgar Allmount say, "What is with the fucking cocoon?"
Thank you all for listening to episode 2 of Eidolon Flashback. If you'd like to support the show and everything we do, you can head to patreon.com/EidolonPlaytest to join at one of our various tiers for some membership benefits. For $1 a month, you can alter the time stream and get access to our main show 1 week earlier than it appears on the main feed. For $3 a month, you'll get access to design sessions where Luke and Molly discuss the design of whatever game they're currently working on. Right now, they are in the midst of creating a new game called Thread Spinner. And you'll also get access to the GM notes and also Eidolon Playlist, a podcast where we talk about and rank the music referenced throughout the show. For $5 a month, you'll get access to the current drafts of all of our existing games, and you'll also get your name read out on the show. For $10 a month, you'll get access to our grab bag episodes, which can be pretty much anything, from video game playthroughs to watch-alongs of shows like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure or Jujutsu Kaisen, to silly improv things like playing sessions of Fiasco, or our current improv experiment, The Tower, where Maxie and I play as two wizards who are refurbishing a wizard tower. Of course, if you can't support us financially, that's perfectly understandable. We would certainly appreciate it, though, if you could spread awareness of the podcast by talking about us on social media, rating and reviewing us on any podcatcher you use that allows that sort of thing. And, just telling anybody who you know who might be interested to check out the podcast or the game itself. We get a lot of attention via word of mouth. And it's always appreciated when anybody can, say positive things about us to people who don't know yet. And now it's time to shout out all our very generous patrons who are subscribed at $5 or more. Johan159, Abigail, Flashback to Reality, oh, there goes causality, Musical Silence, Rose Eclipse, Weetsu, Hypergravity, Cleave and Plow, Forest Traveler, Baloo Eriwir, Faust, Zachary Hodgins, Calliope, Sophie, Denzel Sutton, Christopher Pragados, Meh, Morgue Haunting the Morgue, Neve Schoenherr, Ian Urbina, Rainy Days, Sylvia Rayleigh, Robust Laser, The Beaver King, and Sersha.exe. Thank you all very much for your support. Eidolon Playtest was produced by Audio Entropy. You can visit our website at audioentropy.com for this and even more shows. And you can also find a link to our Discord where you can talk about any shows on the network. Eidolon Flashback will return on October 27th for Patreon subscribers and November 3rd for everyone else. We'll see you then.